Open Cup is back, and to celebrate that, I am going to Ohlone College in Fremont to not watch one but two U.S. Open Cup first round proper match. In the day cap, it's going to be Farolito versus Inter SF, and in the nightcap, it's Project 510 versus Crossfire Redmond. So yeah, let's see which two opponent out of these two games is going to be moving on into the second round of the U.S. Open Cup. Let's go soccer! So we have just arrived here at Ohlone College in Fremont, and you can see here on the right there is where the venue is, and I'm trying to see if that's where the entrance is, because this is the first time I'm actually at this venue. So we have now made our way inside the stadium, and there are the Inter SF player doing their pre-game warm-up. And then on the other side are the Farolito player. They're also doing their pre-game warm-up. We still got about 30 minutes before the beginning of the match, which gave me a chance to. Just a little information about this first round U.S. Open Cup match. This is kind of an SF derby in the first round of the U.S. Open Cup because both of these teams are based in San Francisco. And you wonder, why exactly is this game taking place at Ohlone College in Fremont when both of these teams are based in SF? I mean, why couldn't they just play in San Francisco? Well, originally that was the plan to do so, and that until there was a huge storm that rolled in last night that just completely ruined the pitch of the original venue. So that's why this game is moved to here, and I'm kind of glad that it did move to here because, you know, I was going to have a bit of a time crunch to go from San Francisco to here, as this is also the venue for the second game of the doubleheader that I'm attending tonight, and that means I basically don't have to go anywhere in terms of waiting for that second game of the doubleheader. But in terms of this match itself, well, you know, coming into this one, you have already seen me watch Inter SF a couple of times in the U.S. Open Cup local qualifier, and you know that they absolutely steamrolled their U.S. Open Cup local qualifier, winning all 4 rounds by a combined score of 18-1 to get into this stage. While for Farolito, you know, I have seen them play in the U.S. Open Cup before, and that, you know, they were actually the first team that was part of the episode number 8 that I did in the Sporthop series when I first watched a U.S. Open Cup match. And also an interesting fact, Farolito has actually won this competition before. They won it back in 1993, but they were actually called CD Mexico. But yeah, it's going to be interesting how this game is going to go. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't really know who the favorites in this. I mean, usually you would think an MPSL team should be the favorites coming into this one against an open division team, but because of how good Inter SF has been in the local qualifier, I won't be surprised if they can pull up an upset in this one. By the way, it's also started to rain here on the pitch, and despite the fact that it's raining, we actually got a good size of crowd here inside the stadium, and that's kind of remarkable considering the fact that it is Wednesday and it is a 2:30 kickoff, and you wouldn't think that there would be a big crowd for this game for a 2:30 kickoff in the middle of the week, and especially when it's raining. But yeah, definitely hats off for both of the supporters definitely showing up for their team, and again, this game means a lot for both of these teams. And now it looks like both teams is heading to the center circle. In just a bit, we're going to get ready for the start of this U.S. Open Cup first round match between Farolito and Inter SF. And the referee gets this match underway. Inter SF will be wearing their white and black kit going from right to left, while Farolito will be wearing their home blue and yellow kit, or actually yellow and blue kit, going from left to right as we are underway for this U.S. Open Cup first round match here at Ohlone College in Fremont. Well, great to see some good atmosphere build up in this first round match. Now I cannot see the pitch because of the fog, and it's going to be interesting to see whether a referee may be stopping this. It's going to be interesting to see how this first corner is as the corner deliverer, and it is clear the way. And again, I don't know if you can see it because of the flare going on. But if we're going to see a feeling period, or at least that's not the case, as this ball's delivered in and it's flicked behind. I think it was the last flicked off of one of the Inter SF players. So it's going to be a corner coming up here for Farolito. Well, the Farolito player was thinking there's offside. It wasn't given, and now the volley shot is going to go wide as, well, that is the first big opportunity here for Inter SF, and that player definitely hit it cleanly on the volley, but he just drags it wide. Oh, here comes Farolito again, trying to put in that early cross, and that defender clear that one, but Fortunately for him, it was cleared away, and now that one is going to go over the bar. There are a player lining in the edge of the 18, ready to receive that. And he is going to dink this one in again toward the back post, and it is going to be saved by the keeper, but it's driven back in, and it's cleared away, and that is the end of that attack, as it is going to be a free kick. They're going to swing this one on the left side, looking to try to dink it in into the dangerous area. This ball's loose in the 18-yard box, and is that a penalty? Referee says no, but that shot is deflected behind for a corner, as this game has definitely come alive as a yellow card is handed out for a foul that happened. So looking to try to strike it from long range, and the goalkeeper spills that one, and it's gonna go behind for a corner. And that ball is not actually on the line. The referee's okay with that, as now the ball is dinked in, and it's flicked high away for a goal kick. To the 3rd minute of stoppage time, and here comes Inter SF here, looking at trying to strike before the stroke of halftime. Oh, it's a dangerous ball, and it's clear off the line by Farolito, as that was almost the opening goal of this game. Tell you what, I think the goalkeeper was trying to cling to it, and he didn't get to that one, and that ball looked like it was just going to trickle in, and somehow it was clear off the line, and that is the end of the first half. Well, it's been a thrilling first half here at Ohlone College for this U.S. Open Cup first round match, but halftime here, it is scoreless between Farolito and Inter SF. So it's halftime here at Ohlone College in Fremont, as it's scoreless between Farolito and Inter SF, and it's definitely been an entertaining first half for this U.S. Open Cup first round tie. I mean, there's been chances for both of these teams to get the opening goal. We also almost saw the opening goal right on the stroke of halftime if it wasn't for that Farolito player clearing that ball off the line. But yeah, it's definitely all to play for here in the second half, as you know, this game is scoreless, and that, as a reminder, this game does remain tied after 90 minutes. We would go to extra time or even go to PK to decide who is going to move on into the second round of the U.S. Open Cup. And now it looks like both teams is back on the pitch. And in just a bit, we're going to get ready for the start of the second half of this U.S. Open Cup first round match. And the referee gets this second half underway. Well, it's all to play for in this U.S. Open Cup first round match. It is scoreless between both of these teams, both trying to get the elusive opening goal here. And like I said, if this game remains tied, we will go to extra time, and we'll see whether that is the case or we're going to get a winner in this one, as we are underway here for this U.S. Open Cup first round match between Farolito and Inter SF. Oh, that's a great ball, and now he's looking to try to go for goal, and it just hits the roof of the net, as it is going to be a goal kick. We'll see whether or not if this is the moment for the opening goal. As the ball delivered in, it's a good delivery, and it's flicked back, and it is going to be over for a goal kick as it hits the roof of the net. As well, he was trying to flick that one back into the back post, but just couldn't quite do so. So we play a little over the hour mark in this game, and it's still scoreless between Farolito and Inter SF. And I gotta say, it's been a proper cup tie here in the second half. I mean, there's been maybe a couple of half chances. I mean, neither of these teams has really done well in terms of the final third, and with the way how this is turning out, I feel like maybe one goal might be enough for both of these teams to get the victory, and we'll see whether or not if that goal does come in, or are we going to head scoreless and head to extra time in this game. Here comes the corner for Inter SF. They've been very dangerous on these set piece, and that is going to be flicked away for a goal kick. Definitely look like it could be Farolito, as here they come again on the attack, and again it's going to be cleared away. It's, oh well, now we have some tension started boiling up a little bit. Well, I'm not sure what happened there, but the player, he's holding his face here, and right now, some of those Inter SF players, they want the referee to send that player off. I mean, well, speaking of that, it is a red card. Well, I was wondering whether or not if that player might have smacked that Inter SF player, and If that, of course, is the case, then that is definitely a red card there. And, well, this game has definitely took a turn in this one as Farolito down to 10 man with 5 minutes left. Here comes Farolito trying to pull this one back, and it's clear the way. It's only halfway clear, and the keeper with an awkward kick save there, and it's gonna be a foul here as free kick for Inter SF. It's gonna be away. Well, now it is away, and that is gonna be the end of regulation. So we are heading into extra time here in this U.S. Open Cup first round matchup as it stays scoreless between Farolito and Inter SF, and it's bonus soccer here coming up at Ohlone College in Fremont. So that's the end of regulation, and at the end of regulation we remain scoreless between Inter SF versus Farolito, and indeed it is bonus soccer here at Ohlone College in Fremont as both of these teams are going to play 30 more minutes to see who is going to be moving on into the second round of the U.S. Open Cup. But most importantly, Inter SF will at least have the advantage of being a man up after one of the Farolito players he just kind of lost his cool. I mean, I think he smacked one of the Inter SF player, and when you do that, that is always going to be a red card. So yeah, let's see whether or not if Inter SF can take advantage of that with that man up, or will Farolito potentially get themselves the winning goal in this one despite being a man down. And again, if this game does remain tied after the extra time period, we're going to go to a PK shootout. And the referee gets this first half of extra time underway. Well, for Inter SF, of course, they're going to have the man advantage for the remaining of the game. And let's see if they can get themselves the opening goal as straight away they're on the attack. And that's a great ball as this one is cut back in, and it is going to be clear the way. It's going to be a throw-in. Well, they must have heard me because straight off the kickoff, they almost got the opening goal off this game. Corner deliver in, and it is in the back of the net, and Farolito has broken through. While the home fans celebrate there in the stands, and 10-man Farolito has broken through in this U.S. Open Cup first round matchup. And after pretty much the entire day where they have not been good in terms of set piece, that time they did a good job, delivered that one into the box, and that player hits that one into the back of the net. And we played just 4 minutes into this extra time, but Farolito take a 1-0 lead here over Inter SF. Here comes the corner for Farolito. Remember, they score on the last one, and it's a scramble in the box. It is still loose, and it's in the back of the net. And Farolito has taken a 2-0 lead. Well, once again, the home fans celebrate in the stands, and once again, Inter SF does not deal with that set piece cleanly. And, well, when that ball is dangling in the box like that, and you don't clear it away, you are asking to get score, and that's exactly what happened in this play as Farolito has now leads at 2-0 in this one. Back-to-back goals coming from the corner and coming from a set piece. One back before halftime of extra time. And that is the halftime whistle in extra time. Well, it's a huge first half for Farolito. Despite down 10 men, they got 2 big goals from the set piece. And heading into the last 15 minutes of extra time, it's Farolito with a 2-0 lead over Inter SF. And the referee gets the second half of extra time underway. Well, advantage is definitely with Farolito after getting those 2 goals in the first half. Let's see if they're going to see this one out, or will Inter SF potentially get one back to make this a very interesting second half of extra time as we're underway again here for this U.S. Open Cup first round match here at Ohlone College in Fremont. Now a long ball comes in, and it's actually clear right to that player, and that shot took a deflection, but it goes right to the keeper, who immediately dives down to try to waste a couple of more seconds. Again, we have seen some miraculous comeback before, 2 goals in stoppage time before, and that's what Inter SF might need to do. But instead, here comes Farolito as they're looking to shut the door here. Big opportunity to make it number 3, and it's in the back of the net. And that should do it in this game, as Farolito should be moving on into the second round of the U.S. Open Cup, as with about 7 minutes and 50 seconds left. I think this is all but done here, as they're now leading 3-0. As many goals that they've got, or at least 3 times as much as they have done in the entire local qualifier. And wow, that's just kind of sums up their afternoon here, as just a long, ambitious effort that went nowhere near on target. But that is going to be the full-time whistle. Full-time here in this U.S. Open Cup first round match here at Ohlone College in Fremont. It's Farolito moving on into the second round of the U.S. Open Cup as they win 3-0 against Inter SF after extra time. So it's just finished here at Ohlone College in Fremont, and this is the first game of the doubleheader that I'm intending here. I'm actually going to come back here in about 2 hours, but in the end, it's Farolito that's moving on into the second round of the U.S. Open Cup with a 3-0 win over Inter SF. And overall, you know, that extra time was the complete opposite of what I thought it was going to happen. I mean, I thought Inter SF was going to have the upper edge with the man advantage, but instead, Farolito, you know, despite got a man sent off late in the second half and had to be a man down for the extra time period, they got 2 goals in quick succession off of the set piece, and that pretty much was kind of it. I mean, that really damaged the pride of these Inter SF players, and they even concede another one in the second half of extra time. But still, there's no shame for Inter SF in terms of this showing. I mean, it's definitely a dream come true for a lot of these players to get themselves to the first round proper of the U.S. Open Cup, as that's kind of the case with a lot of these lower league teams. But for Farolito, they're moving on into the second round, and I believe they either play one of these 2 USL Championship teams, that is the Oakland Roots or the Sacramento Republic. But yeah, either way, like I said, I am actually going to probably get something to eat, because we've still got about 2 hours before the second game of the night cap of this doubleheader of the U.S. Open Cup I'm attending that is about to start. Now I'm back inside the stadium here at Ohlone College, and I believe these are the Project 510 players doing their pregame warm-up. And on the far side are the Crossfire Redmond players doing their pregame warm-up. Still got about 30 minutes before the beginning of this match. And also, just a little information about this U.S. Open Cup first round match. Now, coming into this game, Oakland Roots is representing the USL League 2, and they are actually the affiliate of the Oakland Roots, which is kind of a bit of controversial because, you know, technically in the U.S. Open Cup, if you're an affiliate of a main team, you're not supposed to enter in this competition. I have no idea why the U.S. Soccer Federation decided to allow them to compete in the same competition that their main team, the Oakland Roots, is in. But for the visitor, Crossfire Redmond, they are representing the NPSL, and they're definitely going to be the underdog coming into this game because the USL League 2, I believe, is in the 4th tier of U.S. soccer, but it's a little higher 4th tier compared to the NPSL that Crossfire Redmond is. But Crossfire Redmond is definitely one of the best teams in the Pacific Northwest. They have won the Northwest Conference in the NPSL for the past couple of years, so they're not going to be an easy team to beat, and we're going to see how this game, of course, is going to turn out. And now it looks like both teams is heading to the center circle. We're just about to get ready for the start of this nightcap U.S. Open Cup first round match between Project 510 and Crossfire Redmond. And the referee gets this match underway. Project 510 will be going all white tonight. Well, actually, not quite all white, but white and black kit, going from right to left, while Crossfire Redmond will actually go all black tonight, going from left to right. So we are underway for this nightcap. It's part of the doubleheader that I'm attending today of the U.S. Open Cup first round here at Ohlone College in Fremont. Well, here comes Project 510, and the flag is up, and that is not going to count, as there were some cheers from the fans, but looks like that is not going to count. Oh, and that one was deflected. And, well, no handball was called. And here comes Crossfire, and it's the side netting there as, well, this is the risk that Project 510's got to be careful, because when you play out of the back so casually like that and give the ball away in a bad position, Crossfire can do exactly that. And that player just hit the wrong side of the netting. See if Crossfire can bring another good delivery. This one is a long arcing ball, trying to flick toward the back post. Oh, and he slashed that one just wide of the post. And again, there's been some chances there from Crossfire to get the opening goal, but that one was always going to be tough to trying to bring it down and then kind of lash that one toward goal. Another long ball, and that actually was able to brought down cleanly, and then it just flashed it wide there. They have played well here in the first half, and as I said that, here they come again. Oh, what a flick here, and he might be in on goal. Big opportunity for the opening goal, and it's saved by the keeper, but he still has it here on the right side as he's trying to dink this one back in, and now that is going to be gathered there from Project 510. Get 1 minute of stoppage. So here comes Crossfire again, looking to work this way in the 18, and again, it led to nothing, as that is going to be the halftime whistle. Halftime here at Ohlone College in Fremont. It is scoreless between Project 510 and Crossfire Redmond. So it's halftime here at Ohlone College, as it's scoreless between Project 510 and Crossfire Redmond, and I feel like the visitor has been the better side here in the first half. They had a couple of good opportunities to get the opener and had to force the Project 510 goalkeeper to make a couple of saves. And it's also kind of interesting to see them also putting the press on Project 510, though Project 510 I thought done a good job in terms of playing out of the press mostly here in the first half. But what they have not done so well is the final third play. I mean, it's been very poor from them in the first half, barely stringing any passes in the final third, let alone creating any chances. And the only saving grace is that it's still scoreless in this one, but you know, I feel like if we're going to see a similar play in the second half, I have a feeling Crossfire Redmond maybe have a chance to get the opening goal in this one. So yeah, let's see if that is going to be the case, or potentially Project 510 can clean up in the final third and maybe them getting the opening goal in this game, as it's all to play for heading into the second half of this US Open Cup first round match. And now it looks like both teams is back on the pitch, and in just a bit we're going to get ready for the start of the second half between Crossfire Redmond and Project 510. And the referee gets this second half underway. Well, it's all to play for here at Ohlone College once again, as it's once again scoreless heading into the second half. And let's see who is going to get that crucial goal. And as I said, if this game ends just like in the first game where it ends scoreless after 90 minutes, we are going to be heading into extra time. Maybe fortunate that it's still 0-0, as, oh, that's deflected and it's in! It's in the back of the net, as looks like that took a deflection and puts it into the back of the net. I'm not sure, did it actually maybe deflected off of one of the defender, or the goalkeeper might have tried to make a kick save and it went into the back of the net. But either way, as I mentioned, Crossfire, they've been knocking on the door in the first half, and they finally got their deserved goal as they're leading 1-0 here. 2 minutes into the second half. It's given right back to the visitor as he's trying to fire this one, and it is just wide, as he still has this one toward the left side. No foul is called as he's trying to fire this one toward the front post. It looks like it took a deflection, or actually, I think the keeper actually saved that. So it's going to be a corner coming up for Crossfire Redmond. It's going to be interesting to see whether if they could get that second goal as they cross this one in, and it is right to the keeper, as, well, it looks like that was a big chance there for the second goal with that player meet to it, but that's that one right to the keeper. Instead, here comes Crossfire Redmond, and that is going to be a penalty. Well, the referee points to the spot as it's a penalty coming up for Crossfire Redmond, and well, I'll tell you what, the Project 510 player, they're not happy, and certainly some of the fans here in the stands, they're not happy about this call either. But this is a big moment here for Crossfire Redmond, as they have a penalty here and a chance to put this game away. As here comes the penalty, and it's saved! And it's gonna go behind for a throw-in, and well, I'll tell you what, the Crossfire player, they think the goalkeeper came off his lines a little too early, but Referee was having none of it. It's just going to be a throw-in here for Crossfire, and we remain at 1-0 in the second half. So another long ball plays in, and he's able to get to his teammate, looking to try to play this one back. Oh, is that a penalty? Well, referee waves it off. Some of the Project 510 fans, they feel like that should have been a penalty. Didn't really get a good look as that one happened on the other end, but it is a free kick though. And well, no foul is being called. And that is in the back of the net, and Crossfire have just put this game to bed. Well, you can see the celebration and what it means to this player, as well, that is definitely a way to redeem themselves after missing the penalty. I also don't know if it actually was the same player that missed it, but what a goal that is for Crossfire to put this game away. And I think that pretty much is all of that, as they now lead to 2-0 in this game over Project 510. And well, the flag stays down, and here comes Crossfire again, looking to score that third goal, and it is in the back of the net. And you can see what it means to these Crossfire players again, as they have now made it 3-0 in this game. Some of the fans are upset as they feel like there should have been an offside call, but for those Crossfire players, you can see the celebration, because that is the cherry on the top. It's 3-0 in this game. And that is the full-time whistle. Full-time here at Ohlone College in Fremont. It's Crossfire Redmond moving on into the second round of the U.S. Open Cup. Is able to win 3-0 in this game against Project 510. So it's just finished here at Ohlone College, as in the end, it's Crossfire Redmond that's moving on into the next round of the U.S. Open Cup with a relatively comfortable 3-0 win over Project 510. And I say relatively comfortable because they pretty much dominate this game. I mean, especially in the second half, where they eventually were able to break through. And even though they kind of got a little fortunate in terms of the first goal that they scored, where it came off of a deflection and able to end up into the back of the net, I mean, they were by far the better side in this one. And Project 510, I mean, rightfully deserved to get knocked down in this one. They really didn't do anything going for it on the attacking end. And even despite their goalkeeper did his best to keep the team in after saving the penalty to keep this one at 1-0, you just had a sense that as that second goal was scored from Crossfire Redmond, it was all over, and eventually they had another one right near the end of the game to make this a comfortable 3-0 win for them to move on into the second round of the U.S. Open Cup. But yeah, there you have it. That pretty much concludes a long day of work in terms of watching a doubleheader action. And it's kind of interesting that both games actually ended by the same scoreline of 3-0, although, you know, this one ended in regulation, whereas the previous one actually went to extra time, and it ended in a 3-0 scoreline. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys do like, smash the subscribe button, and yeah, I of course will see you guys next time with another Sporthop series episode.